Now see, we started with capital gains. Okay, I hope you remember the meaning of capital gain. We have already done. Okay, what is included in capital assets? Something which is my long-term asset, and when I sell it off, and if I earn something, that is known as capital gains. So that should be capital assets. So I already told you what should be my capital asset. And some things are excluded from the capital asset, even though they are capital assets, but they are excluded. So this is the list of exclusion from capital assets. Okay, we have already done with the examples also, and these examples also can be asked for 8 or 10 marks. I already told you. Okay, you just have to answer yes or no whether that particular asset is capital asset or not. Okay, so we have done definition of transfer also. So until you transfer, how will you gain? If you don't transfer, how will you gain? So here transfer has some things which are included in the definition of transfer, like sale, exchange, relinquishment, extinguishment, compulsory acquisition, conversion in stock. We have already done this in detail. And if you don't remember, please go through the lecture recordings. Okay. Now I have explained you period of holding. Why we need to calculate period of holding? Because we need to understand whether the capital asset is short term or long term. Okay. So for financial assets, we need to calculate according to 12 months. The holding period we need to calculate according to 12 months, and for non-financial assets, we need to calculate holding period according to 36 months. What is 12 months? It is equivalent to 1 year. And how much is 36 months? It is equivalent to 3 years. Okay, so if financial asset is held for less than 12 months, it will be short term. It is, if it is held for more than 12 months, it will be long term capital gain. Okay, if a non-financial asset like a house property held for less than 36 months, it will be short term capital gain. If it is held for more than 36 months, means 3 years, it will be known as long term capital gain. Okay, I've already explained you this. We have done some examples also, and those examples are known as concept tester. That means we are testing your concept. Did you understand the concept or not? So we have done the example also, and this example can be asked in the question paper. Now see, there are two types of capital gains, short term and long term. So remember, short term never has any type of cost inflation index. What is cost inflation index? I already told you that if you held your assets for long period of time, say for example 5 years or 10 years, and when after 10 years you are selling your property, then the amount that you bought for, the amount that you invested for buying the property will not match, will be very much small, okay, as compared to the amount that you will invest for selling your property after so many years. Like example 10 years. So in these 10 years, the amount, the value of the money has been decreased. ओके, तो इन कुछ सालों में जो अमाउंट ऑफ मनी, जो वैल्यू है मनी की, वो डिक्रीज हो गई है. बिकॉज द वैल्यू ऑफ द मनी हैज बीन डिक्रीज्ड, therefore the inflation has been increased, right? So inflation has been increasing, no? Because inflation has been increasing, so the index has been provided that 1 rupee has been discounted by 0.09. Therefore, it has been discounted by 0.09. Therefore, inflation has been increased. Okay, are you getting my point? What is cost of inflation index? Cost inflation index
Yes,
means,
ma'am.
yes, cost inflation index means because the money value is decreasing, therefore inflation is increasing. Both has inverse relationship between them. One will increase, other will decrease. The inverse relation is there between them. Okay, so therefore, if you will calculate long term capital gains, only there CII comes into picture. What is CII? Cost inflation index. While calculating short term, CII will not play very important role. There only and only cost which you have incurred will directly be deducted. You don't have to calculate cost inflation index. No. Okay. So short term capital gain is very simple. What is the format of calculating short term capital gain? Very simple. You have to make a column, particulars, inner column and outer column. Don't make like this. These are the steps just to explain you. You don't have to write in your solution part that step number 1, step number 2. No, you just have to make 3 columns: particulars, inner column and outer column. You will start your format with full value of consideration. Now, what is full value of consideration? Consideration means what? Can anybody tell me? See, when I sell the property, will I be selling it for free of cost? You tell me yes or no.
No, ma'am.
No. I will charge something if I'm selling my shares. Okay. And if it is held for less than 12 months, it is short term. Okay. If I sell my house property, if I held it for less than three years, 36 months, so it is going to be short term. It is going to be short term. Now, when I sell my property, any property, shares, debenture, whether it is financial asset, whether it is non-financial asset, I'm not telling you that only financial asset can be sold for short term. No, non-financial assets can also be held for short term, short period of time, and that can be sold within that period of time, and that can be called as short term capital gain. Like I gave you the example of house property. If you held it for less than 3 years and you sell it off in the market, I mean to somebody else, then it is going to be for short term capital gain. Okay, so when you calculate short term capital gain or loss, it may be gain or it may be loss. Okay, anyways, that has to be at the last. वो तो लास्ट में पता चलेगा ना कि क्या क्या आंसर आया. तो शुरुआत कैसे करनी है? हाउ डू वी बिगिन? वी बिगिन विथ फुल वैल्यू ऑफ कंसिडरेशन. So what is full value of consideration? Selling price. In short, it is my selling price. Consideration means when I sell my property, I do charge something from the another party. Okay, from my buyer. Somebody who is buying my property will be paying to me. He will be paying to me, and something which has been paid to me in the consideration is known as selling price. So full value of consideration is nothing but selling price. How do you calculate profit? Can you tell me? How do you calculate profit? Uh, Forget everything and just tell me a simple formula that we have learned in schools or in school timings also. How do you calculate for profit? What is the formula of calculating profit? Can you please tell me the formula of calculating the profit or loss? Hmm?
Ma'am,
जब
selling price
Very good, very good.
plus profit
Plus profit नहीं बेटा, सेलिंग
minus profit.
प्राइस.
Sorry, ma'am.
हाँ, सेलिंग
Minus
प्राइस
profit
माइनस
plus
कॉस्ट
cost.
प्राइस करेंगे तो प्रॉफिट मिलेगा ना.
Yes, ma'am. हाँ, minus cost.
ठीक है, सेलिंग अनु ने भी लिखा है पर उल्टा लिखा है. फॉर्मूला होती है सेलिंग प्राइस माइनस कॉस्ट प्राइस इज इक्वल्स टू प्रॉफिट. ओके बेटा, सेलिंग प्राइस आपकी 10 रुपए, कॉस्ट प्राइस आपका 8 रुपए. तो सेलिंग प्राइस मतलब आपने बेचा कितने में? 10 रुपए में. आपका कॉस्ट कितना था? खरीदा कितने में था? 8 रुपए में. तो आपका 2 रुपए का प्रॉफिट हुआ ना। अगर समझो सेलिंग प्राइस 8 रुपए और कॉस्ट प्राइस 10 रुपए, उल्टा, तो लॉस हो जाएगा 2 रुपए। तो अभी भी हम वही कर रहे हैं, द सेम सिमिलर फॉर्मूला हैज बीन अप्लाइड, same formula has been applied. Can you check selling price minus cost price? So full value of consideration is nothing but selling price, and all other things which are deducted are cost price. See, if you sell your property, if you want to sell the shares, first you must have bought the shares. No, you must have bought the shares and then you are ready to sell the property or shares. अगर आप खरीदोगे ही नहीं, if you don't buy, how will you sell? For selling, you need to buy the property. You need to buy the asset. So आपने खरीदी भी तो होगी, आपने बेचना है। समझो अभी आपने आपका घर आपको बेचना है. If you want to sell your house, somebody must have purchased your house, no? Your grandfather, your father, somebody must have purchased in the past. Are you getting my example or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So always remember, when you sell your property, there are expenses also which are related to that particular property. So I take the example of, again and again I will not say property. Let me take an example of a house property. So if it is held for less than 36 months, it is going to be for short term. So the answer will be either short-term capital gain or short-term capital loss. So how we will calculate? The formula is selling price minus cost price. Simple. But cost price are divided into so many parts. Can you see? Less transfer expenses. Now see, when the house property is sold, so from my name will be cut. No, my name will be deducted. Will be cancelled. My name will be cancelled from the registered papers, and somebody else name will be put there. Are you getting my example? So the registration has to be cancelled from my name, no? So these are the transfer expenses, stamp duty, registration fees. क्योंकि अब वो मेरे नाम से कैंसिल होके जो खरीद रहा है, जो बायर है, उसके नाम से प्रॉपर्टी हो जाएगी ना. तो ट्रांसफर एक्सपेंसेस बोले जाते हैं उसको. क्या बोले जाते हैं?
Transfer expenses.
Yes, transfer expenses means stamp duty करना, stamp duty पे खर्चा, and then expenses on registration. Okay, there are so many expenses जब हम ट्रांसफर करते हैं प्रॉपर्टी को. वो आज के ट्रांसफर, जो आज मैं बेच रही हूँ, तो आज के ट्रांसफर एक्सपेंसेस. ठीक है. लेस कॉस्ट ऑफ एक्विजिशन. अब ये ट्रांसफर एक्सपेंसेस भी तो मेरे लिए खर्चे हैं ना. जो ओनर है ना हाउस प्रॉपर्टी का, उनके लिए ये खर्चे होते हैं. तो जो खर्चे होते हैं मतलब कॉस्ट प्राइस होती है. तो जो कॉस्ट प्राइस होती है वो मुझे लेस करनी होती है सेलिंग प्राइस में से. तो वही तो कर रही हूँ मैं, लेस ही तो कर रही हूँ. आप देखिए, लेस ट्रांसफर एक्सपेंसेस. सो नेक्स्ट इज लेस कॉस्ट ऑफ एक्विजिशन. अब ये एक्विजिशन क्या होता है? एक्विजिशन मीन्स कॉस्ट ऑफ परचेजिंग द प्रॉपर्टी. When you had purchased your property, you had incurred some cost on that particular property. So that becomes my cost of acquisition. Suppose the property, the house property that you are selling it today, long 50 years ago, your father had purchased that same property, that same house. Your father had purchased. So the cost of purchasing the property has to be deducted from here, because that is relevant. No, the related cost is there. No, समझ में आ रहा है? You are not deducting the cost of acquisition of factory building from the selling price of house property. No, you are selling house property and you are deducting the cost of house property only. That is related cost. So you can deduct the related cost. It should be related. Now you're selling your house property and you are receiving a selling price. That is income for you. So from income, the related expenses can be deducted. No. So the house property's purchasing cost can be deducted. That is related. Something which is related to your house property can be deducted. So you will write less cost of acquisition. So what is cost of acquisition? Suppose your father had purchased the same house property long 50 years ago for rupees maybe 50,000, maybe 1 lakh. Okay. But that would be long-term capital gain. Huh? Sorry, not 50 years ago. Suppose the same house property you had purchased 3 years ago. You had purchased 3 years ago, and now within 3 years you are selling this house property. Within 3 years. Only then it has to be short-term capital gain. Sorry, that example will be for long-term capital gain. The example that I was giving for father purchasing the house property 50 years ago. So that example will not suit here. So let me change the example. You are purchasing the house property and you are selling the house property within 3 years. So the cost of acquisition 3 years पहले आपने ये प्रॉपर्टी 2.5 साल पहले आपने ये प्रॉपर्टी खरीदी होगी ना 2.5 years पहले तो कितने में खरीदी थी उतना कॉस्ट आपको यहाँ से लेस करने का. Are you getting my example?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Less cost, less expenses on less expenses on acquisition. ये अलग से they are not giving it differently, separately. It is already included in cost of acquisition. ठीक है. Total there are three different expenses. One, less transfer expenses. Second, less cost of acquisition, and third, cost of improvement. Now suppose you purchased house property 2 years back. You thought to sell it before selling it you thought to renovate the house. You thought to color the house, renovate the house, okay, and then you thought to sell it. Okay, so बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं, देखो many people are there who furnish the house, who renovate the house, and then they sell it. Okay, so cost of improvement, that is known as cost of improvement. So वो भी तो आपने अपने जेब से निकाला ना. You incurred the cost. You incurred the expenses while renovating and while painting the house, while coloring the house, right? You incurred the cost. Therefore, it is your expense and it is related to the house property that has been sold. So that cost can be deducted. So total 3 costs are to be deducted. First, less transfer expenses. Second, less cost of acquisition. Third, less cost of improvement. All these expenses will be deducted from selling price. That is known as full value of consideration. You have to write full value that has been received by you while you were selling the house property. So you have to write here the full value. Suppose you have got 1 crore rupees, so you have to write 1 crore. You don't have to write after a deduction, no. You have to write full value that has been received by you. So full value of consideration, that is selling price, minus 3 types of costs, and then you will be able to understand. Answer will be short-term capital gain or answer will be short-term capital loss. How will you understand if it is gain or loss? How will you understand that? If selling price is more than cost price, understood, it is understood that it has to be gain. If selling price is 50 lakhs and cost price is 20 lakhs, so obviously it has to be short-term capital gain of 30 lakhs. Okay, if I change the example and do it vice versa, it would be if the selling price is 30 lakhs and cost price is 50 lakhs. Suppose you sell the property at loss, you need money, and whatever price is ready, I mean the customer is ready to purchase, you will sell it off. And suppose you are incurring the loss, so it has to be selling price lesser than the cost price. So as per the example, if the selling price is 30 lakhs and cost price is 50 lakhs, so 20 lakhs is what? Short term capital
Gain.
How it would be gain, Shubham?
Sorry, loss, ma'am, loss.
Short-term capital loss. How?
Loss.
Because selling price is 30 lakhs and cost price is 50 lakhs. मतलब आप बेच रहे हो 30 lakhs में और आपने खरीदा था 50 lakhs में. कोई चीज जो आप 50 lakhs में खरीदो और बेचो 30 lakhs में, तो प्रॉफिट होगा कि लॉस होगा?
Loss.
यस. समझ में आया? क्लियर है फॉर्मेट? फॉर्मेट क्लियर है?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I will explain you the format of long-term capital gain. It is similar to short-term capital gain, but cost inflation index will come into picture. I will tell you. Just give me a minute. See, always CII is always given. See, from 2001 to 2002. See, I tell you, CII is available from 1981, year 1981. CII was made available in 1981. See, it is written here. The base previous year for CII is 1981-82 because it was invented in 1981. Therefore, from 1980, before 1981, no CII was available. Okay. So, from 1981, CII is available. But central government has notified CII for purpose of long-term capital gain as follows. Now, see, 1981 के जो सीआई है ना, वहां से हम नहीं लेकर 2001 एंड 2 के ईयर से लेंगे. क्यों? क्योंकि है ना, इन्हें पूरा वो कहते हैं ना, फिल्टर किया गया. फिल्टर मतलब चेंजेस लाई गई, अमेंडमेंट्स लाई गई. तो अब 1981 से नहीं देखेंगे, 2001 एंड 2 से देखेंगे. 2001 एंड 2 के ईयर से देखेंगे. ओके. वैसे तो ये 1981 में 100 होता था, बट अब इसको 2001 एंड 2 में सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने नोटिफाई किया कि आप 2001 एंड 2 से इसको देखना है. क्यों? क्योंकि हमेशा ऑफिशियल गैजेट में चेंजेस लाई जाती है ना. ठीक है. तो महंगाई अभी 1981 से हम थोड़ी कंपेयर कर सकते हैं, वो तो बहुत पुराना हो गया. अब हमने चेंजेस लाई हैं 2001 एंड 2 से देखेंगे. ठीक है. मतलब 2000 के डिकेड से, जो अभी हमारा डिकेड चल रहा है 2000 वाला, वहां से शुरुआत करी हुई है. देखो 2001 जो 1999 ईयर था ना, वहां तक अभी हमने देखना ही नहीं है. तो 2001 एंड 2 से देखना है. ठीक है. और उसका हमेशा 100 होता है. जो बेस ईयर होता है ना, उसका हमेशा 100 होता है. ठीक है. तो अब 2001 हमारा क्या है? बेस ईयर. जो बेस ईयर होता है उसका 100 होता है. फिर धीरे धीरे देखो बढ़ रहा है. बढ़ क्यों रहा है? क्योंकि इन्फ्लेशन का मतलब ही होता है महंगाई. महंगाई होना मतलब बढ़ना. तो देखो कैसे बढ़ रहा है. 1 रुपीज इक्वल्स टू 100. फिर 1 रुपी का वैल्यू हो गया 105. फिर 1 रुपी का वैल्यू होगा 109. मतलब जो आपको चीज पहले 1 में मिलती थी, अब वो 109 में मिलेगी. समझ आ रहे हैं आपको? मतलब देखो महंगाई कैसे बढ़ रही है. धीरे धीरे सब बढ़ रहे हैं रेट्स. ओके. चलो आगे देखते हैं. है मतलब यहाँ पे तो ये बुक में 18-19 तक दिया हुआ है. 1920 का भी है और 2021 का भी है. वो अपने को गूगल से मिल जाएगा. ठीक है ना. अभी ये देखिए, लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन का फॉर्मेट सेम है. आप देख रहे हैं, सेम डिट्टो. लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन का फॉर्मेट सेम है. देखिए, फुल वैल्यू ऑफ कंसिडरेशन, दैट मीन्स सेलिंग प्राइस, एंड फ्रॉम सेलिंग प्राइस 3 डिफरेंट एक्सपेंसेस आर टू बी डिडक्टेड. Less transfer expenses. Transfer expenses will be same. Today I sold my property. So today I incurred few expenses, registration expenses, stamp duty expenses, and some other expenses also. So today only I incurred, no. Today only I sold property and today only I incurred these expenses. So cost inflation index will not be applicable on this particular expense, transfer expense. Transfer expenses पे कभी भी CII applicable नहीं होते. Neither in short term nor in long term. Short term में तो CII concept ही नहीं होता है ना. CII concept is not for short term. It is only and only for long term. That too not for transfer expenses. CII is only and only applicable on 2 different expenses. That is one, indexed cost of acquisition and cost of improvement. See this फोर्थ वाला स्टेप जो है ना उसको छोड़ दो आप, ये काम का नहीं है हमारे, ठीक है। ये हमारा कॉस्ट ऑफ एक्विजिशन में इंक्लूड होता है, वो मैं आपको इंक्लूड करके ही बताऊंगी, ठीक है। अब देखिए ध्यान से, लेस ट्रांसफर एक्सपेंसेस, इट इज सेम एज शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल गेन, इट इज नथिंग डिफरेंट, ओके, इट इज नथिंग सेपरेटली गिवन, वैसा ही दिया हुआ है जैसे हमने शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल गेन में सीखा, ओके। नेक्स्ट, लेस इंडेक्स्ड कॉस्ट ऑफ एक्विजिशन। नाउ इफ यू कैन नोट, while we were doing short term capital gain, it was written less cost of acquisition. Now in long term capital gain, it is written less indexed cost of acquisition. Now the word indexed is very important. Indexed means cost inflation index. Here a new formula will be applicable. I will tell you what is the formula, but you will calculate indexed cost of acquisition. That means the figures will be changed. Cost of acquisition, suppose cost of acquisition is 1 lakh, but you will not directly write here rupees 1 lakh. No, that 1 lakh will be changed according to the indexed value. What indexed value? Cost inflation indexed value. According to the cost inflation indexed, the new value will be written here. Now, how to calculate that new value? I will tell you, don't worry. Okay. Next, less, in short term capital gain, we were writing less cost of improvement. Now, here we will write less indexed cost of improvement. So, two things will be changed. Cost of acquisition, it will be written as indexed cost of acquisition, and cost of improvement will be written as indexed cost of improvement. So suppose you incurred the expenses, the cost of improvement was 50,000, but you will not write 50,000 for the cost of improvement, for the cost of renovation, for the cost of painting that you did for your house. I mean coloring of your house. So you will not write 50,000. 50,000 will be changed because it is for long period of time. It is long-term capital gain. So it has to be calculated, the value has to be, new value has to be calculated according to CII, cost inflation index. And therefore it has to be written as indexed cost of improvement, not just as cost of improvement. Did you understand? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so all these expenses will be deducted from full value of consideration, and if full value of consideration is more than all these expenses, then long-term capital gain. If full value of consideration is less than all these expenses, then it would be long-term capital loss. Very simple. Okay, did you understand? CII will always be available. CII will always be available like this in the question paper. I mean in the question. Okay. Now, the formula of indexed cost of acquisition. I already told you cost of acquisition will be written as indexed cost of acquisition. See, here indexed cost of acquisition is written. So what is the formula of calculating indexed cost of acquisition is given here. See, cost of acquisition into CII of year of transfer upon CII of year